Hello, I'm Dan Wilson and I'm the author of Make Serious Money on eBay UK. I've made this little video and we're going to look at some efficiency tips on how to save time when you're selling on eBay. I often think that eBay sellers don't particularly value their time, and really if they totted up the hours they're working every week and divided the profits by it, they find they're actually making a minuscule hourly rate. Finding time for efficiency, saving yourself time, making more money and then developing your business is a really valuable exercise. So that's what we're going to look at. Tip number one, listing items. How efficient are you on that? If you're not using some sort of listing tool, then get one. In the first instance, that can mean Turbo Lister, which is a free tool from eBay, or a third-party tool. Listing your items is one of the biggest sinks of time, so anything you can shave off that is good news. Tip number two, management software. What are you using? eBay's own tools, Selling Manager and Selling Manager Pro can be useful, but also eSeller Pro and Channel Advisor for higher end sellers. You want to be looking at tools which automate everything from your dispatch emails to your feedback. Tip number three, smart dispatches. Are you spending too much time at the post office? Don't forget to think about couriers such as My Hermes. They can save you a lot of time because they'll come and collect, and they can also be cheaper. Tip number four, this is an easy one. Have you got the right packing material? Are you getting it at the best price? And also, is it easy to use? Very often, the cheapest place to buy packaging material is on eBay. Tip number five, batch up tasks. For instance, taking 10 photographs doesn't take 10 times as long as taking one, especially when you take into account getting your setup and getting the camera ready, etc. So apply the Henry Ford principle to everything you do. Get a conveyor belt of sales going and make sure that you're as efficient as you can possibly be. Tip number six, take control and be disciplined. Don't sit there hunched over your computer waiting for the next email or bid to come in. Set times for your eBay selling and don't let it leak out and spoil everything else you do. Compartmentalise your eBay selling. Tip number seven, are you using the right tools for the job? That could be something very straightforward like a label printer, or even just getting a faster printer so you're not waiting for things to print out. Or it could mean accounting software. So services from people like Sage mean that you do your accounting as you go along, and that saves an enormous amount of time when it comes to doing your tax return later in the year. Tip number eight, automate your emails. Make sure you're using all the email automation that eBay makes available, because eBay sellers spend such a lot of time sending emails. So things like dispatch notices or answering questions, try and automate all of that. But don't use eBay's template of text. Write your own and personalise it. Tip number nine, make sure you're saving on your fees and you're as efficient as possible on that. So learn eBay's fee structure, which is fiendishly complicated, but learn it inside out. It could be things like making sure items are listed at $4.99 rather than £5 to be down one bracket, or it could mean using different categories or different formats. And don't forget the PayPal merchant rate. That's cheaper PayPal fees if you sell a lot of items, but you've got to apply for it, and that can save you quite a lot of money. Tip number 10, don't sweat the small stuff. Sometimes when it comes to solving a problem, a lost parcel, or something got damaged, or you've got an annoying customer, just let it go. Give them a no quibble refund. So many eBay sellers I know, and I understand why, get uptight with a dodgy customer. Sometimes having the argument, getting stressed out is the biggest waste of time. If you factor in a couple of hours to solve a problem and what your hourly rate is, that can be an enormous drain, because actually getting stressed out is the biggest waste of time on eBay. There's always going to be that annoying customer. You can't please them. Don't try. Just give them a refund and move on. Time is money, and if you're wasting time, you're actually losing your profits. Well, there's some of the tips and ideas I've got for you. You've probably got others. But the key point when you're selling on eBay is to make sure you're ready for change and ready to do something new. What worked this month might not work next month. eBay's always changing. There are new categories. You'll have new sellers to compete with. There are new services. But try and see this constant evolution as an opportunity, not a risk. Other sellers are lazy, so you'll be able to get ahead of them if you're nimble and respond to the changes. So there you go. I think eBay is a brilliant opportunity for anyone who wants to start a business or start a home business. It's really exciting. You're always something new to learn. So I say go for it. Good luck.